That was chaos, but with great risk comes great reward. The spoils are ours, as long as it doesn't all get burnt. So, we have gold juice, gold, a persona sword, more gold, a psychic soother, and compact weaponry. This weapon's biocoded. The sword has kill focus, which makes it designed for a Psycaster. We don't have any Psycasters yet. There was also an animal pulsar, which can be handy if we get in a pickle. Cataphract armor, that's a big gain for the future. $85 gold, that's pretty good. This ancient soldier called Wolf here also has marine armor. It's tainted from them dying in it, but the bloodlust Kyle doesn't mind that at all. He even helps himself to their meals. The guy's a savage. The new recruit, Trudy, is doing well. Psych IT is keeping her chemical interest in check, and she loves the sleep accelerator. Oh, would you look at that? Stomp is finally up and about. We can simply release him and he'll be able to start helping with the cooking. I make an adjustment to the drug policy, allowing us to occasionally have tea or beer, or some ambi. We'll only do that if our mood is low and if a certain amount of time has passed, basically 2 days. This prevents us from developing addictions. Trudy will be very happy with that. So it looks like Stomp is the new cook. He's not quite as good as Sarai is now, but Sarai had to start somewhere as well. He'll get there. We even broke down the sleep caskets for steel and a bit of uranium. 500 steel is pretty decent. It might be time that we look into building that Gravship. Trudy has already made friends with Sarai, and Stomp is getting along well with Greyhound. Lee, being a psycho, makes him low in agreeableness. He still has a small grudge with Kyle. Sarai is just blending with everyone, as does Greyhound. Seems Greyhound has a wife out there somewhere. Perhaps we will find her one day. Let's not forget Manuel and Kira, who get along with everyone. Stomp could do with a bit of aim practice, as his skill is not great. Small game is a good way to practice. Our friendly neighbourhood mech cluster continues to sleep. Its friendliness is dependent on it staying asleep. We see no reason to wake it just yet. The fridge is full and things are very comfortable here in the ancient garrison. Given our prosperity, it was now time. It was time to to build a Gravship. That's not exactly where we wanted it to land. The main part we need is the blue grav engine. We also need the white grav panels to build the structure. We will eventually need to get all of this stuff, which means clearing this mech cluster at some point. That's a point. We will need to research basic grav tech in order to build the ship as well. But first, I'll move the engine well over here so it's safe. So these white grav panels are used to build the foundation of the ship, which we will begin to plan out an outline. At a minimum, we will want a chilled kitchen, bedrooms and storage. We'll also need thrusters, navigation, power equipment. It's all going to be a tight squeeze. Once we build the ship, we can then fly it to search for grav cores to increase the size of the ship and to be able to add advanced features onto it. Like this quest here. I'm not so sure about heading to a lava biome though. Sounds dangerous. I would love to get this unstable power cell for our ship, but destroying that turret will likely cause a chain explosion that blows up the cell. The day of unlimited power, or unlimited free power, could be well behind us very soon. To build the ship, we'll need to learn basic grav tech that allows us to build the hull, thrusters and a pilot console. This ship is going to take some time to build and it's going to require quite a lot of steel. We also learn shield belts, so I'll get Sarai to make one for Lee. The cooking is now predominantly Stomp's responsibility. Time will tell if that's a good thing. Also, Kira can now attack on command. Terrifying for our enemies. So the Gravship must be built within this sphere. It must have panels that connect to the engine, and it must be 500 grav panels or less. That's until we can get an extender for it. The shield belt's ready. Shield belts can only be used with a melee fighter, but that happens to be Lee's passion. The belt shields the wearer from projectiles until the belt runs out of energy. It self-charges when not taking hits. Very useful tool to strategically use in fights. To practice our shooting and to get more Mega Sloth fur, we do some Decembery hunting. It's good to see that Sarai has definitely improved a lot. We continue to build on the ship, and then Trudy suggests that we call the ship the Stone-Faced Hawk, which is a pretty good name, but we'll be calling it the Scimitar after our guardian, Hera. As always, our kitchen will need a place to vent the warm air. That will need to be included on the ship. Oh, Trudy is not in a good spot. Not a big problem for the crew though. At the same time, Manuel has gotten himself in trouble with a mega scarab, which is an insect that came from the ancient danger. Oh, careful where you shoot, Sarai. Manuel handled it himself. Oh, the bear is back up. Typical cat. Tons of food available, but chooses to eat some gross creature it finds in the woods. He also lost a back paw. Anyway, back to the ship. I think this kitchen needs to be bigger. It's the heart of our ship, and we need to be able to store enough food to last. As if we go to space one day, we'll need large food stockpiles. Additionally, we'll need bedrooms. We need 6, and I'm thinking 12 tiles large for each bedroom. That's pretty luxury sized on a Gravship, where space is very limited. Something like that. I'm thinking I might change the research to biofuel refining. We'll need a refinery on the ship to both fuel the thrusters and to fuel power in the form of a chem fuel power generator. While we're here at the garrison, we can siphon power from the facility, but in the future we'll need chem fuel generators. Or something like a unstable power cell. Probably going to have to remove this cluster at some point to get those panels. Uranium ore. That can be handy for turrets and for building stronger hull. Definitely valuable, definitely worth getting. So, as well as the kitchen and the bedrooms, I'll need crafting space and a research lab. Biofuel refining, that's good. Lots of uranium, that's good. Stomp is gradually catching up with Sarai in terms of cooking, but she still makes the fine meals. I'm sure the apprentice will become the master at some point, but he's got some work to do, or some reading, as we have a cookbook. And it's starting to look like a ship, but we've already used a lot of steel. If Aiton here was not 69, we'd be keen to have her join us as a shooter, but we have very limited space on the ship anyway. She is also of our ideology. Kyle will treat his kin, and we will let her be on her way once healed. man-hunting tortoise. This should be interesting. 15 of them. Oh, you can't use a gun with a shield belt on. I'll need to drop it. Now, this is free shooting practice, it seems. Oh no, they're almost upon us. Retreat! Oh, there's too many of them. We're being overrun. Ah! How will we ever survive this onslaught? Whoa, that was a close one. What an intense battle. Mechs should be pretty easy now. It was actually really good shooting practice, so thank you, Cassandra. Look at Manuel, guarding the Gravship. What a wee rascal. So anyway, let's start making chem fuel from wood. We have 2,000 wood, so that's plenty, and we'll need a couple of chem fuel tanks for providing fuel for the thrusters. It's a lot of work, but we're getting there. We have 79 panels left, and the mech cluster is holding a few more. We can improve the bedrooms with some nice flooring, but we'll need to cut stone for that, and we still need to get the frame finished, so a lot to do. We're gonna need those panels, and maybe I can try and get that power cell. Trudy, grab the smoke launcher. Right, let's go. I'll actually move these panels carefully. They never woke up, which is good, and I'll break this down. Panels here as well. So get these to safety just in case there's some explosions. The biggest threat here is the Tesseron. So long as we stay in the smoke, the turrets can't affect us. What we want to do is to try and take out the turret without the power cell taking damage, but that isn't very likely. But first and foremost is the Tesseron, who can shoot us in the smoke. Tesseron down, now we just need to try and take out the turret and try to preserve the power cell. The issue is the turret might explode when destroyed. That's exactly what I feared. Okay, that power cell's going to blow. We need to get back. Mission accomplished, I guess, but we didn't get the power cell. Nonetheless, let's get the ship finished. I'm sure there will be many more opportunities for power cells and much more in the future. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.